What's up, guys? How's it going? Coming to you with our final Kaizen update for the year, and super excited as always to have my guy Dan here with us.
Absolutely. Hey, everyone. Let's dive right into it. I'm excited.
Yeah, for sure.
First up, we got
this.
some graduating Z's. Just got out right in time for the new year. We have Jared and Heather over in Spring Hill, Florida, and Matt over in Flower Mound, Texas. These guys are rocking and rolling with jobs and cleaners before training even ended. So really exciting to see what they do in their territories.
Yeah, I love it, man. Super excited about these new guys. And speaking of like some other guys we really like, 2 years in for our fellows from Minneapolis, you've got Max and Austin. In fact, Dan and I were just doing some numbers on this. I think they like did 1,000 in revenue their first year, and 2 years in, what are we like 2,000 times that? Like just in terms of like
2,000%. Yeah. So like I started working with them at the beginning of their second year, and they grew monthly recurring revenue to about 2,000% of what they had at the beginning of the year, which is awesome. Hats off.
for sure.
Wow.
And they've yeah, the only hat. They've had a great journey too. You know, they've hit some roadblocks and really like put their heads down and grinded it out. So super proud of these guys, excited for all that's coming their way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Other big news, Jenny is the director of franchise support here at MaidThis. So not only has she worked with many of you closely over the years she's been here, but Jenny, you're coming into your third year here with MaidThis?
Yeah, I am. It's pretty wild, man. Yeah.
If you think about director of franchisee support, any of you who've attended MaidThis live, she's directed it. If you've ever thought about systems and SOPs and the Notion manual, she's directed those projects. So congratulations to Jenny. If you see her in Slack, feel free to reach out to her. Yeah, so awesome.
For sure. Yeah, super excited about the growth of the system in general, and that means the support team. So it's going to be awesome. Yeah. With that, let's talk a little bit about communities. So our gal, Haley, she's in East Tampa here on the left, because she like baked cookies and made these really adorable, like saran wrapped and like personalized notes to go out to her recurring customers. Mind you, this is just a snapshot of it. She's 3 months into the business, and look at the recurring customers she's already building. Yeah. And it's no doubt that these guys are sticking with her, because look at that, like above and beyond surprise and delight. I think that's fantastic. Super impressed with that. Yeah.
Truly embracing the MaidThis way of surprise and delight.
For sure.
And then you can see her right here on the right too. She was part of a local meetup. So we have franchisees that are just getting together whenever they're in the same areas. This is what the community is all about.
Yeah.
You can see people, Chattanooga, Florida people all hanging out in the first picture there. And then on the right, we have a couple of Baltimore and Maryland like locales meeting up with our guy, Steven. So really cool to see all of the different meetups that we've had this year. And now people are just coming together on their own, which is unbelievable.
Super cool. And that's Jared, man. He just like got done with training and got to meet with these guys in person. That's so cool. Yeah. I love it. Very cool. Let's talk a little bit more too about community marketing. 2 things that we have locations doing, or 2 locations who are doing this, is really hiring a community marketing liaison, an ambassador, if you will. So these are owners that aren't in their market that recognize the value of having boots on the ground. So working with, and you can see Steven here in the lower left on that screenshot, he's really done some awesome hand holding and guiding and coaching for franchisees who are doing this. Helped create the job description, helped get that post, talked about what we're looking for in somebody. So we've got a couple locations that are up and going with this. Really excited to see where this goes. I think this is something too that we could see replicated for other locations where the owners don't live actually in their territory. So I love this. I think this is cool.
100%.
Yeah. And now I love this section. Dan, when I prep this slide and scroll through all of the big wins for the month, it's so cool. And every month there's just more and more. And it's such a wide scale here. People may kind of be dismissive about what their wins are and feel they're not big enough, but just to like touch on a couple, right? You've got, Alf in Northwest San Antonio, who was super excited to work with a property investor in 4 properties. You've got, Matt in Cincinnati and Chattanooga, and talking about their community marketing hire and how big of a deal that was. And she's starting to do community drop-offs like right off the bat for them. I love it. You've got Marie and Ted up in Columbia, who did their first commercial clean for a laundromat. I love it. And just like the tenacity to land that. And we have other people asking, how did you get it? What were the leads? What were your strategies? Really cool to see that in the system, and so many others here too. I mean,
yeah, without getting into it, I do think a lot of people, whether you're a seasoned business owner or a first-time business owner, really think, oh, it's too small of a win. I'm not where I want to be, so I don't want to share it. But this is, you're one conversation away from you being where you want to be in some aspect, right? So sharing this and getting community feedback and just getting the support is what MaidThis is all about. So this is my favorite channel.
Yeah, for sure, man. And like, I got to call out too, before we jump off this slide, Orlando in the middle there, he's like, we just cleaned a yacht. We're in the yacht cleaning business now, right? Like, obviously based in Florida, if you can't tell, but I love it. Fantastic. I mean, roundtable this month.
Yep. So we've hosted a roundtable every month this year, and traditionally, the MaidThis tradition is in December, Neil jumps on and does budgeting and projections. Sounds very exciting, right? It's actually one of the coolest ones to be a part of, because if you've been in the system for a year, you have historical data where you can then target a growth path without guessing as much. Not only does this go over your forecasted gross revenue, but when do I need to bring a new cleaner on, right? What's my capacity for that? When I hit this revenue, how many cleaning teams do I need to have? How much do I need to spend on marketing to reach my goals? And now it's all documented in a video, a video series, actually. He gave us a bunch of different bite-sized videos to prep this up. And then we have a full hour working session with Neil. So if you haven't checked it out, please go back and watch this. Even if you do it in the middle of January, it doesn't matter. You'll have some actual data to be putting into this for 2026. Well worth your time.
Yeah. And I'm a big proponent of goal setting, right? And using this time of year too, when it's maybe even a little slower, you have that window of time to take the time and what do you want this business to look like 12 months from now? And this is a fantastic tool to help you visualize some of those components. So, yeah. And then we've got internal podcasts. This is another thing that we continue to crank out, and big credit to Steven, who actually hosts these each month. And we've been doing them weekly for a while. In fact, we covered 2 origin stories. The Sherpa, our man Dan here, and Horacio, our marketing wizard. Neil also talked about life begins at 30K a month, and what does that look like? I also liked his segment on what I'm seeing in the system, was just kind of this great high level, what are franchisees doing that's working? And again, for us, the internal podcast is just to franchisees. So that is something where everyone can feel super safe in this space, being very transparent and vulnerable with numbers and, you know, just wherever they are. And I think that's been a really cool series, and continued excitement about what's coming with that.
100%. Let's talk about cracking the code. So we do these every so often, and right now we have, let me back up. The beauty of this system is that we can test one or many marketing vehicles out at once, or any kind of system with multiple locations, and get data sets, not just for one, but many at the same time. So we collapse time in terms of, is this a good fit for us or not? Our current iteration of that is meta advertising, which I'm super excited about. We have multiple locations testing this, and the feedback's been pretty good so far. We're closing in on 30 days of data times 3 or 4, right? So closing in on basically 4 months of data for meta advertising, and hoping to have more information for you guys on big winner or not big winner by mid-January or so. So keep an eye out for that, but it's very cool, the meta ad testing. So Jen, anything else to add on that one? This is one of the exciting things we do.
I think it'll continue to be, you know, we call it a honeypot initiative internally here, right? This is something where we will continue to put our resources here, right? We want to explore new opportunities for franchisees to grow that top level of leads. So certainly too, as franchisees have ideas, they bring them to us, and oftentimes it's us bringing them to Neil, or Neil bringing them to us, and we're just exploring and vetting and testing. And it is a really cool experimental kitchen approach, if you will. And like Dan said, we have the numbers in the system to really get the most out of the testing experience. So yeah, more to come on this, and we'll continue to report. And hopefully next month, we're giving you the kind of the final say on what we think of the meta ads vendor. Yeah. In fact, let's talk a little bit more on marketing, right? One of the things that we do, and credit to Horacio and Eric, they run monthly promos for the system. So strictly based on them manipulating and managing the go high level. That's just, again, something you don't even have to touch as a franchisee. It's done for you. So the two campaigns that they did actually in December, one was geared towards churned customers and old leads. The other one was geared towards active customers, which is really a referral campaign. Coming up in January, and I believe it launches January 7th, we'll post out some more information about that. But what's cool is any response is going to automatically trigger a task for you or your team member in Go High Level to follow up. So look for more information coming soon about the January promo.
And even more awesome stuff that the tech support team is doing for us right now. Not only are they improving our Cleanobi tech features and adding SOPs all the time, updating those promos for you. Two of the coolest things I think that they're working on right now and are nearly ready to roll out system-wide would be the AI sales coach. What that is let's say you, a brand new franchisee or your remote team member wants to train their sales skills. They can call Jennifer, the AI sales coach, have a conversation. Yeah, Jennifer. And she's not an easy sell, and really work on their sales skills before they have to do a live iteration. So really cool training tool. And then AI call scoring for all of the inbound and outbound sales calls to have an actual output from AI that says, here's how they did, right? Here's the questions of the script. Did they ask all of these? Did they ask for recurring? How would you rate the call, lead score? It's absolutely awesome. So I'm really excited for these to be rolled out system-wide, hopefully Q1 at some point. Yeah. But yeah, really, really exciting stuff.
For sure. And Eric, again, credit where it's due, man. He's an AI wizard, and the things that he's applying and excited to do. And I think this is just like the start of some of the cool AI tools we have coming our way. So yeah, let's talk. And how cool is this? Speaking of like some more marketing strategies too.
Yeah, Neil hosted an ad hoc second Google Business Profile strategy meeting this month. And the idea here is that if you hit 100 Google reviews with your main location, why not open up a second GBP to capture another locality, another pin in your market? We know a lot of times when people search, it has to do with proximity when they're looking on Google Maps. So having multiple pins is a game changer in terms of lead flow and utilizing Google to its full capacity. This was a live call that's recorded. We have an SOP if you want to do this. If you've reached about 100 reviews in your area, it's a good time to think about a second pin. This call was recorded. Two of the people who did it on the call got approved on their GBP right away, which is unheard of. But this is all, we have the SOP and the recording out for you. So if that's you, if you're thinking about a second GBP because you're triple digit reviews, absolute gold mine video here.
Yep, for sure. This is one of those low cost strategies, right? Yeah.
Yep. Free.
We'll talk a little bit more on like the ops side of things. So this is a new platform that we rolled out. It's called, it's from Riker Insurance. This is just a platform that franchisees have been asked to upload your COIs. So one, it's something as franchisors that we have to track. Two, it helps franchisees keep on top of it. So it's going to notify you, one, if we're missing something in the insurance policy, or two, if it expires or it's coming up on lapsing. Just a nice, simple tool. There's no cost to it. Certainly, if you have problems or you have questions, drop me a note. We'll help you out. This isn't to make things harder. It's really to simplify what the requirements are for you in terms of tracking insurance for your location.
Typically the last thing I think about. So it's nice to have a tool for at least for the reminder, right?
Right, exactly. And there's no cost to it. There's no penalty for it. It's just a tool out there to help keep track of things. And kind of closing up too, guys, about every 6 months we do pod shakeup. So for us, pods are groups of franchisees that it's this combination of accountability, of coaching with, like-minded peers, and really pushing one another, learning from one another each month. So we ask for an hour of your time to commit to, dedicate to, be prepared for these calls. And again, about every 6 months, we kind of mix it up. It's nice to be exposed to other markets, to other franchisees. And I don't know about you, Dan, but yeah, I'm always excited about like the new iterations of this.
I am too, because you get everyone's perspective together, and one person is having a good time on this, the other one isn't, but maybe there's tips, tricks, anything that you can share. It's fantastic. Once a month for 1 hour doesn't seem like enough, honestly, sometimes, but everyone's busy, and showing up to these is invaluable because it's all about community. I mean, that's what I feel MaidThis does best. So yeah,
for sure. And then I'll tell you too, a couple things we'll look to do differently too, right? We may highlight franchisees or ask franchisees to do a mini presentation, if you will. Steven from community marketing is going to be trying to join some of these. Neil will continue to pop in. So again, from our standpoint too, bringing in external resources and trying to make the most value we can out of that 60 minutes a month.
Yeah. Any feedback you guys have too about those, please send them over to me and Jenny.
Absolutely.
We always want to support you better, just like the slide says
If
here.
you will, right? And I think it's always great to go out on this. What could we do differently or do better to help you be successful for your location? So wildly open to that and super excited to see what 2026 holds, man.
Awesome. Yeah. Happy New Year, everyone.
That's right. Happy New Year.
All right.